Alrighty then, good morning, good evening, good afternoon, and welcome one and all. My name's Michael, I'm the Ninjas Gamer, and welcome to Pathfinder 2nd Edition, Curse of the Crimson Throne. Our second Curse of the Crimson Throne crossover episode in which we have taken players from across my Patreons, across the various games, various characters, and thrust them together in a multiversal calamity that they are currently amidst trying to defeat. Welcome in to my lovely and amazing players. I hope you are all excited for today's session.
Hell yeah.
Let's go.
Oh, yeah.
Fuck yeah, that's the energy I want to fucking listen to. All right, before we kick off, we have some people to thank, and we are going to be speeding through this because we're going to try and squeeze as much into this game as we can. First of all, sponsors, Hero Forge, tokens, look, all the artwork, go check it out. Sirenscape, music, we love it, it's amazing, it's going to immerse us in the story, and Fantasy Grounds, because VTT, dice rolls, and all that sort of stuff, and because sometimes it's just fun, you know, to have dice rollers and shit. All right, we then have, of course, joining us for our table, going from over up there in the very corner, we have Cookiemon Steve playing the Milani champion Tanuki named Ray, who is currently in charge of the rebellion in Corvosa and who is serving as the makeshift captain alongside Cressida Croft as they are trying to rise against the evil queen known as Iliosa, who is under the possession of a dragon known as Kazavron before all of this stuff happened. We then have Aelith, who is a ranger who hails from the Seven Arches forests in the lands of Kionin, who had been following their own adventure to try and restore their memories which had been lost to them before they fell into a portal and wound up here in Corvosa, trying to find their way back to their friends and comrades so that they can continue their quest to defeat Osseo the Black Frost Whale. Quinn, did I say that was Jen? That's Jen. That's Jen, by the way. Yeah, nice. Then, of course, we have Aya Janasi playing the role of Quinn, a.k.a. Blackjack, a investigator who lives and resides here in the town of Corvosa and eventually was adopted into the role of Blackjack by its previous owner, or the previous identity of it, a vigilante named Vencalo Osiriani, who was a swordsmaster who trained the guards here but needed to pass on the spirit of Corvosa, the spirit of those who would look after the people and allow them to rise up in the face of evil and tyranny. And to represent those ideals, Quinn has taken up not only the cause, but also a storm blade to bring down on those who bring injustice to the city. So yes, that's Ire. Then, of course, we have Skulii playing the role of Bilratar, also from the far northern lands of the Gatewalkers campaign, another individual seeking their memories as well as vengeance for their fallen mercenary company, which was destroyed and killed by a tribe, a warlording tribe of hobgoblins, who, there's more stuff on that, but, you know, we'll leave that for now. But nonetheless, this character is also trying to find their way back to also, much like Aelith, try and defeat the Black Frost Whale. Bilratar is played by our dear friend Skulii. Then over here we have a dwarven gunslinging alchemist gunsmith kind of character, Westonson, who is from a little further north than Corvosa. Well, actually, no. From Corvosa, originally, as a dishonored guard before leaving and retreating and making their way north to the town of Sandpoint, where they try to help this small and quiet town with the 7 dooms that are currently coming for this particular town. In a bid to try and correct the ill course that his life found himself on, Westonson has been working tirelessly to do so. However, what he has discovered is here in the multiversal shift, he has gone back in time to a time period in which he was at his lowest and has already encountered his younger, drunker, and more disheveled self before he was a dishonored guard, before he was relieved as a dishonored guard while he was actually just a dishonored guard. This is played by our dear friend John, a.k.a. Avari and CA. Hi, John.
Hello.
Then, of course, scooching up and across the continents, we have, of course, our friend Twiff, who plays the role of Daiji, a Tanuki woods kineticist that hails from Willowshore, a mysterious town across the continent onto the other side of the world in a land known as Tianzia, our Asian-inspired campaign setting area, where our hero had just encountered a ritual in order to try and put to rest or put to peace a bunch of yokai spirits upon a mountain nearby his village. But something has gone horribly wrong, and now blood is raining down from the sky. The moon is bright red. The forest is engulfed in these horrible, twitchy, nasty plants that are trying to choke people. There are animals that are talking. There's ghosts. It's all gone wrong. And their guardian spirit has been taken or is missing or has gotten up and walked off. It's hard to say, but stuff's happening. Daiji is looking to get back because, of course, his entire family, very, very large extended family, which could possibly include Rei, is still back there and, need to be looked after. So there you go. All right, then, of course, we have Jun, who is a Hunger Seed bard from the same town of Willowshore as Daiji, who, in a very similar story, is, again, trying to figure out what has happened to their guardian deity, as well as try to return back home to their ailing mother in order to try and help them and prevent them from suffering during this whole, blood moon horrible situation that they've got going on. So yeah. This character is played by our dear friend Marcus, aka Korshift. And lastly but not leastly, also from Willowshore, one of the protectors and guardians of Willowshore, a samurai from the lands of from the city of Minkai, from Kasai, which of course is in Minkai. The samurai Ritsu, played by our dear friend Neil from Immersion Diversion, who is trying his best to prove his worth and his value to his family, who has basically given him the backwater town to look after instead of somewhere notable. And so in order to try and prove themselves to everyone, they're working hard to do that. So yeah, there we go. Characters done. Okay. Next up, donations. Channel points. We have them. Do them. They're cool. They're amazing. Then we have donations to keep me alive. These are donations that feed me and clothe me and make sure that my internet works. Hero points for $5 and Jinx points as well. Hero points help my players with rerolls, allows them to stop themselves from dying, and allows them to ask me for things that aren't in the rules. Jinx points can counteract them, plus I give some bonuses to bad guys as well. $10, I will draw from my deck of plot twists and improv one of the random story prompts that are in here. $20, we have our natural 20, which is a critical hit. For $50, there are two rewards. One is a draw from the fortune-telling Harrow deck, which is a 3-game blessing, where a prophecy will be read, and if our heroes fulfill the prophecy, they will receive a boon or a bonus from said prophecy. Plus, they will receive a statistical bonus on any rolls made with the stat associated with that. Plus, if they achieve their... No, I said that already. Never mind. Done. Boom. Those are the things. Then we have a boss buff for $50, where we increase the difficulty of a challenge the group is facing. I love you guys, but please, for the love of all things sacred and holy, leave the boss buff alone today. I mean, I can do it. I have always prepared to do it, but do not force my hand. But yes. And then, of course, lastly, we have our secret menu item. The secret menu item for today is is something special from Corvosa, in fact. Now, as you guys know, Corvosa is one of the major seats of both the Chelish Empire as well as the ancient old empires of Thalassian that used to be here as well. Now, in this particular spirit of being in the region of Varisia, our heroes will acquire a very special and unique magic item known as an Aeon Stone. Each of my players will receive an Aeon Stone of their choice of any appropriate level for the secret menu item, gathered and given as a gift from the Pariah before whatever happened during Gatewalkers happened. But we don't need to talk about that. All right. Cool. Let's get started. Oh, we have a $10 donation. We have a random plot twist from Malakara. Malakara, you lovely person. I hope you're doing well, my dear. I hope all my chat people are doing well. It's good to see all of you guys. Dun, 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 dun. Here we go. Hiya! I didn't see it. A beloved tale. Interesting. Beloved tale is our story here. Jesus, what do I even do with that one? Okay. I think I can figure that out. I think I can maybe come up with something. All right.
Imagine he twists it as a play on words, and someone just grows a literal tail.
Yeah, and it's just really affectionate. Just starts slapping them.
It's like a dog tail. They got one compliment, and it just starts wagging nonstop.
Exactly. All right. Without any further ado. Also we have a inspiration from Rykon going to Ray. So that means your next D20 rolls at an advantage. And an insight bonus, which I'll allow you guys to claim if you guys wish for any insight to come up. Okay. When last we left our heroes. I don't like that one. Let me try this one. That makes some more sense. How's this sound? Nice. Okay. So, when last we left off, our heroes were making their way northwards towards the Jaeger's Light, a lighthouse that they hoped to find Tormagor, the current seneschal of Castle Corvarshaw, working under the evil Queen Iliosa. It was learned that that they had the shard of the Hourglass of Fate that our heroes needed in order to restore that which was broken, as told to you by the pariah. On your way across, however, you met with the interloper that was spoken about, a person whose goal it was to disrupt the harmony of each of your adventures through this act of multiversal incursion. He appeared behind the form of Westinson's younger self, who you had found here in the trail's end, drunk and barely functioning. Embarrassed by his younger self, Westinson tried to kind of encourage him to, at least not be a dick right this second. But in a moment of vulnerability, plenty of which were apparent due to his inebriated sense, a hand was plunged into his chest and then torn asunder as the younger version of Westinson clutches onto their chest. We return here to our adventure. It is a fleeting moment, almost as if time itself had stood still, Westinson. You almost sympathetically feel a burn in your chest as that hand penetrates through that younger version of yourself. As this happens, the younger version of you looks up, and you realize that the hole in the chest is not a physical hole, but almost like this bright red glowing mark. As this happens, Westinson, you feel something in your heart, almost like a dagger being stabbed and everything feeling cold all of a sudden. All right. I'm going to give you guys a moment to react to said incident. Let's go around and everyone can have that moment of reaction. Now, we will have a combat section in a second, so don't leap into I stab him in the face. Just have that initial reaction, and if you can, also briefly describe your character as you do so. Let's start with Ritsu. We'll go in that order.
Ritsu seeing this this young version of Westinson being injured slash stabbed, or he still isn't sure what's happening. But Ritsu in his green and gold trimmed plated armor, his lattice armor, kind of gets into his stance, gets ready as he puts his hand up, and he's just looks at him, and he's like, "Choose your next words wisely." As he's looking to the mysterious figure.
All right, Jun, what about you?
I assume the young Westinson isn't like nearby us. He's still next to the man.
Yeah, he's adjacent to that guy. He's about 10 foot away from you. Like, there's a 10-foot space between you guys.
All right. June's gonna let out like a very surprised gasp, and then immediately look over to the older Westinson to see if like anything's off.
There is something a little off. Westinson's eyes begin to become caked with what looked to be this almost like a very deep red, not like blood, but like almost like clay. If you added some red into the orange clay, seems to sort of cake around his eyes. That sort of starts to sort of spread from there.
Oh gods!
All right, Daiji, what about you?
Yeah, let's see. Let's try and go off mute first. I mean, this is just kind of shocking. Daiji was just talking to this guy, and he's not ever really seen someone have a hand put through their chest. But you said it's not actually a hole; it's like a glowing red.
It's like a stain almost.
Spot stain. So Daiji's gonna kind of just like peer at it and think about whether it's something that he can actually maybe read when he actually has action. So I just want to like kind of get a sense of like what the effect might be.
Do you have any kind of detect magic or anything like that?
Not really, because it's all like primal connecting with the elements, so it's not like magic. So, like, I understand the power of trees, not the power of magic. But so for spells, yeah, I don't have any detect magic, and I'm not trained in Arcana.
Okay. Then you don't really get too much of a sense, but again, just that almost that sense of like it's a stain, like I said, that seems to appear on Westinson's body. Beyond that, you don't really know how to interpret it.
Okay.
All right, actually, we'll come to Westinson last. Bilrata.
Okay. So for Bill seeing all this, his eyes almost appear to go stone cold. And then a very, almost a guttural sound to everyone else. It's more of a, "What have you done?" As he starts almost positioning his body, and Aelith would probably recognize it as ready to charge type
right.
posture.
Okay. Quinn?
Quinn is a tall, angular woman garbed all in black. She is staring at incredulity at the young Westinson and turns to look at his modern day counterpart and says, "Oh shit, do you remember this?" And then she notices his eyes all crusted in red, and she just draws her blade and readies herself.
So you're being wary of the present day Westinson as well as the younger one as well.
Everything.
All right, I love it. Okay, Aelith.
Aelith, with elf ranger. She, at first, it's going to be just kind of this momentary surprise. She'll see what happens, and the coloration. She'll look at the younger one, because what's running through her head is if she can go over and do anything to try and heal this, to stop whatever's happening.
It is definitely a magical effect, and I don't believe Aelith has any magical healing, so you're fairly confident that with bandages and twine and, antiseptic and stuff, there is nothing medically you could do to help here.
Okay, I do have detect magic.
You can detect magic, but that's very separate to you being able to heal them with, stuff.
Okay, so that's just a.
You don't need to do anything.
D20.
If you want to cast detect magic, there is a
Yep.
powerful aura of fear that seems to emanate from young Westinson. It is almost like growing out of the central core, and in the same way, it almost, like I said, that stain is kind of polluting the present day Westinson as well.
Okay. I'm detecting that there is fear that is spreading out from the young one.
Specifically from the wound. All right, and Ray.
Yep.
So Ray is another Tanuki, a little more heavily armed and armored than Daiji. He is he's a champion of Milani, which I think was said. He's involved with the rebels, and anything that is against the city is essentially enemy. He is going into full ready mode and probably raising both his Morning Star and his shield and bracing.
Okay. As you prepare, Westinson, we now go to you. Fear begins to build within you. It starts within your heart, that cold stabbing feeling I described before. What do you do as this begins to happen? Oh, sorry. And to be clear, you have no memory of any of this. Whether it was because of a drunken stupor or it actually isn't part of the timeline, who knows? But, either way, you have no recollection.
Westinson grabs at his own chest where the entry went through.
Mm-hmm.
Starts to stagger, mumbling, "This isn't right. This didn't happen." And I look over at the guy just glowering, not sure if it's the guy that put his hand through young Westinson or glowering at young Westinson himself. But I am just starting to seethe with anger.
All right. The robed individual twitches almost like that insectoid kind of like twitching, the very, very heightened senses as it picks up all kinds of different stimulus and reacts to it almost reflexively, like it's coiled on a spring. As it does so, it seems to whisper something backwards and in a dark tone. Yes, not this rock, this gas. Yet what is as it does so, does anyone speak Abyssal? Abyssal? 1 second.
I think Abyssal in this is Chthonian.
Abyssal. Chthonian, yeah. Anyone? Anyone at all?
Infernal.
No.
No. Going once, going twice. Anyone?
Nope. All right. You have no idea what the frick this thing just said, but as soon as it does so, ignore that. That is.
I
Not...
said we've just had a second insight
You
bonus
said-
being
And
redeemed.
infernal is different, right?
Oh, okay. We've got okay.
Oh, yeah, insight bonus.
Yeah, Infernal is diabolic.
Okay. Yeah, diabolic is for devils. This is demonic, which is the first insight bonus I'm going to give to you. You don't know what is being said, but you can identify it is the language of the demons. The second insight bonus is you guys know to be ready because as soon as he finishes speaking, the young Westonson draws his gun and aims as we lunge into to battle. Now the young Westonson is not attacking out of hatred or anger, but fear. He says, I don't know who you are. I don't know where you come from, but I'll drive you back to where you came from, demons! As he picks up his rifle and begins to open fire. Now, the other insight bonus I'm going to give you is he is not just aiming at you. He is also aiming at civilians in the streets as well.
Ooh.
Westonson, this bit you do remember.
Oh, no.
Not in the sense of you remember doing it, but you remember what happened afterwards. Getting drunk, getting into a row, firing openly into a public space. These were the charges laid against you which saw to your dishonorable discharge. As we jump into battle. All right. Now, for the sake of initiative, I'm going to have you guys as the players decide your actual turn order. Crazy.
Ooh.
Westonson, the younger one, is going to start by opening fire wildly. I'm just going to roll a random dice to determine who may catch a stray bullet. And if he shoots the civilians, you may attempt to interfere or interact with that on your turn. So, let's start by rolling us a D8. D10. Alright, here we go. That is an 8. Westonson, he is shooting you.
Ooh.
Bring it. Punk.
Okay.
wow.
As Westonson takes hold of his firearm, Westonson, what is your attack value?
The young Westonson or the old Westonson?
Old Westonson.
34.
34.
Jeez.
So that would be
That's
a
right.
34 to hit.
Miss.
All right. So as he raises his gun and fires, Westonson, you manage to duck and dodge out of the way at the crash. All right. The scene is yours. Negotiate for what you would like to do as young Westonson begins to lose control.
Can I go first and... Sorry?
Yes, you may. Sorry, I just got a notification here. Let me just double check here. Did I miss it somewhere? Did we get the secret menu item unlocked?
I don't know.
I didn't see anything come through.
Oh,
Neither
Oh
did
no,
I.
there it is. It's
got
way up.
stones.
Yep, there it is.
Okay. You got stones for all.
Oh,
Thank
my.
you so much
Ooh.
for the
Wow.
secret
Wow.
menu item. All right.
Damn.
Thank you.
I will add that in a moment. Also, I did notice we did get a couple of extra ones from OG Lava Kitten. We got 4 Jinx points, and we also got from I think Odd Bandicoot Ray. You got a hero point as well.
Yeah.
All right. Gracias to all of our donators.
Sweet, thank you.
Which brings us to 80% of our DAG survival check.
Woo!
Fuck yeah.
Almost there.
Almost there. What do the stones do? Good question. I'll give you that very briefly. The stones are... So, the pariah, if you guys remember the character, was a person from the ancient Thassalon... no, not ancient Thassalon. Older than that, the ancient Aslant Empire. they specialized in a magic that infused magic into these small gemstones, a technology that was lost to the ages. These Aeon Stones were capable of great and amazing things. Only very limited numbers of them exist still in the world, and our heroes will acquire them. Now, if you want to grab one right this second, we can work on that. For example, I know that there are Aeon Stones that boost up your statistic by a single value, for example. So if you just want a straight up +1 to a stat, we can work with that. But if you want some that do unique abilities, give you unique powers, or if you want a custom power that you want to talk to me about, we can discuss that and provide you with those bonuses. Just let me know when you would like to, and you can we can have these Ion Stones make their way to you. All right. But who would like to go first in our player-based initiative?
Mine's gonna be just kind of super quick. I wish to try and intercept some of the stray bullets that are going after some civilians as I use my reaction Cut the Air.
All right, what does Cut the Air do?
It is a trigger. You are target of a physical ranged attack. You are aware of the attack, not off guard against it, and either have a free hand or melee. It's sorry. You can knock aside ranged attacks. You gain a +4 circumstance bonus to AC against the triggering attack. If the attack misses, you knock or cut it out of the air.
Nice. All right. So as young Westonson is opening fire, you can see that there is a nearby woman who is carrying like a big bushel of like bread loaves and stuff like that. As Westonson turns their gun, the young Westonson, that is. You know what? I'm going to call him Wes. I feel like that's going to be the easiest way. We have Westonson, who is this guy, and then Wes, who is the other thing.
This is Westonson.
Yeah.
East.
So as young Wes turns his gun towards this woman carrying this this basket of bread, he fires with a large cacophonic as Ritsu quickly moves swiftly, and you hear this as your blade manages to slice the bullet in half, having both halves of the bullet strike the ground simultaneously.
Ritsu's just like, the fuck? That was okay, cool. Like, because that was a reflex that it just he kind of caught himself just doing that. He's like, huh, all right, awesome.
Westonson Brian would like to go next.
Brian.
Because I was already in
Old, decrepit Westonson.
Earth 787 Westonson would like to go next.
Okay, Westonson. Yep, what do you got in mind?
I was already kind of mid pulling out my rifle to shoot, my Weston to shoot and charge. So I'm going to spend a hero point to see if I can combine two abilities: ensnaring shot and alchemical shot.
Sure, I don't mind that.
So I'm going to do a snaring alchemical shot with my glue bomb on young Westonson to try to completely immobilize him.
All right, make your attack. As you do so, you load up your alchemical bullet. It slips into your axe musket, and as you fire, launches directly at Wes. What do you get?
And the bullet is Skippy.
Very well.
Is he going after all the bullets he fires?
Because the bullet does no damage, it's not actually going to do anything. So Skippy will just keep him ensnared. I feel is the spirit of what's happening here. All right.
That's what he was instructed to do. So that would be a 52.
Yeah, that'll get him. So as you launch Skippy out, you hear this. Oh boy. Looks like you're caught in a sticky situation. As you know, Skippy just begins to zip around this animated bullet.
So surprise! You see a moment of surprise on Westonson's face as the shot knocks him on his ass from the recoil of his gun, as if he wasn't anticipating the shot to fire as hard as it did.
Yeah.
So, young Westonson has to make a couple of saving throws now. Two fortitude saving throws.
All right. What is your fortitude?
My DC is 39.
39? No, what is your actual fortitude?
Oh, 30.
30, so 26. Nope, neither of them will make it.
All right, so he is ensnared. So vines creep up, grab a hold of him. He cannot move without making a strength check to try to break through, or a successful fortitude check on future actions. And glue shot immobilizes him for 1d6 rounds.
Nice. All right. He struggles, panicked, afraid, just again lashing out at this point in time. You watch as the man in the robe with the moth mask just watches as Wes hits the ground. There's almost this like level of disappointment almost in what's transpired. Second inside bonus. As you look at the man in the robe, he opens up the robe, revealing what looks to be a human body. Your inside bonus is he is holding onto his neck what looks to be a medallion that bears a strange symbol. Anyone who would like to may make a religion check on it.
Sure.
I want to. I just have to find it.
Yeah, I will do that.
Come on. Skills.
Religion? Sure, why not?
Ow!
That'd be a
Oh,
40 to
man.
me.
Hey!
Natural 1.
All right.
Oh, natural 20, nice.
I also got a natural 1.
Okay. Those
And-
27.
I got 40.
Okay, so those of you who scored 26 and over.
Yeah,
26.
minus 1 point.
Ah! Nice.
Anyone who got 26 and over, and those who landed, obviously, the critical success on it, would recognize it as a unholy symbol to Pazuzu, the demon god. Pazuzu is Westinson, which you would be able to tell everyone because you have had some encounters with a Pazuzu worshipping axeman back in the town of Sandpoint. Pazuzu is a demon lord whose dominion is over temptation, creatures of the sky, and their edicts are to tempt those who are moral into acts of immorality, to revel in flight, and to cause calamity through corruption and defiling things. So yeah, when he looks disappointed, he basically just has this look of like, you're supposed to, kill people and murder people. What the hell is this? All right. Anyone else? Your actions, your thoughts, your feelings?
Sorry, quick question. How far away are these guys from us?
Again, 10-foot gap between you and Wes, and then the moth person is just behind that. I think Ray had something locked up from...
Ray.
Yep.
Yeah, I mean, Ray at this point is going to go into commander mode and go... I had the idea, but I have no idea how to phrase it. It's like, flank him, get in now, and get not the young guy.
Cool. Let's use this
The
as
assassin.
a teamwork action. So first of all, with the exception of Ritsu, who was already activated, as well as Westinson, who would like to participate in outmaneuvering the moth person in a melee flank attack?
No. I was going to have
No.
Bill charge as soon as I confirmed the distance, because obviously I was prepared.
Yeah, I actually want to do
So-
do something before people move away from me.
Sure.
So
We'll come to that. We'll come to that in just a moment. Just who would like to
Okay.
participate first in the maneuver? Just a quick show of hands in front of you guys. If
Yeah.
so, Ray, Bill,
I mean,
Rata-
I can do melee.
It puts him off guard to melee is what's going to happen, is the net result.
Okay, so that's
But
Bill
it's also a
Rata.
reaction to move.
Okay, so Bill Rata, Daiji, and Ray are all moving to surround the moth person and move in. Before you move in, Daiji, what do you want to do?
So Daiji, before he moves, he's gonna reach in and activate his kinetic gate.
Yep.
But this time, instead of what he usually sees, which is like a little sapling starting to grow, he sees a whole fucking forest of like giant sequoia surrounding him, and he pulls on that power and shifts his feet, getting ready to move, and goes into the Orchard's endurance stance as part of his gate activation. So everyone within his 10-foot aura emanation is going to have bark suddenly stick to them and get resisting 7 bludgeoning and piercing damage.
Nice. All right. You feel that
And then
kind
he
of
will-
arboreal armor slowly caking upon each and every one of your bodies as Daiji then, along with Birota and Rei, swiftly moving into position. The robed individual is now off guard. Each of you can make an attack with either 1 or 2 actions once you get in close. Daiji, you do have to use 1 because obviously you've used your opening gate. But Rei and Birota, you
Right,
can
and
use...
then 1 to move.
Yeah. Exactly.
The
I don't
movement
know if
is
you-
a reaction.
Oh, fantastic.
So-
Cool. So everyone's got 2 actions with Birota and Rei potentially having 3.
Okay.
All right. So
I don't know if you heard me when you asked, but I said I would also charge in.
Oh, fantastic! Yeah, you can charge in. What do you have as in terms of a weapon?
I've got my mother's. I forgot what the actual sword is called, but it's the Chinese
the Zhao.
longsword. Yeah.
No, was it the Zhao? No, that was
Yes.
the instrument. Oh, was yeah.
No.
It was the Zhao. Oh yeah.
I
Yeah.
think they're both. But you know what I mean. It's the Chinese longsword.
Yeah.
Okay. So that would have been, I mean, that was an action for Ray to do that.
That's a Jian.
A
So-
Jian.
Yeah, it was the Jian.
So Ray will continue with swinging with the new star.
Yep, go for it. All of you
As-
can roll simultaneously if you'd like. I can do the calculations as we go. So you're swinging down with your Morning Star, trying to hit him. Jun has their Jian as they stab through and try to penetrate the robed individual. Bilrota with your fists, or
Jesus.
Yep.
yeah,
yeah.
Bilrota. Yeah,
Fumble.
Yes. So Bill's doing fist, and he's also going to do the raging grab as well.
nice.
So if I hit, he becomes automatically grabbed as well.
Nice. All right, so you're probably following up as the final hit in this combo so that you can grab hold of him. Daiji, what about you?
Let me roll to hit, and then I'll
What are you
figure
hitting
out
with?
how I actually. So I'm going to do a 2-action elemental, melee elemental blast. And so that will.
Yeah, so the way that works is you create a weapon out of the elements. So,
Yep.
for example, in wood, you can turn it into a
Yep.
weapon. You could create wooden fists. You could make a
I'm
giant
actually
hammer.
going to. Yeah, I'm going to use my my ability lets me shape it. And I'm actually going to make a big wooden, like, 2-handed sword and swing that at him.
Nice.
So it'll do slashing instead of bludgeoning damage.
All right, love that. All right, so
and
as
that's- let me see
as
if
we're
I
rolling the hits, let's go. Ray, what did you get?
Still have the initiative.
It's all at the same time.
Oh, the inspiration. I mean.
Oh yeah, you still have inspiration. Yes.
Okay. Then I'm rolling again.
Oh,
better.
natural 20.
Nice.
A 1 and a 20 on 2 rolls. That's nice.
Pretty good. All right. So yeah, tell me your damage, mate.
Okay. This is going to be tough to roll.
Nah, it's not. It's been fine.
Cause.
Oh, do you want? Okay,
He's
how about this?
also got-
Roll all the things you want separately, which is fine. Actually, hold on. Let me try something real quick.
You know what?
Yeah.
Hold on.
I
Hold on.
can- I
Wait.
can-
Let me try something
I-
real quick. Let me try something.
Yeah.
Nice. Okay, so if you type into the chat /roll, then space, and then just type in the code, so 1d6 plus 1d4 plus whatever, you can mix up your dice types there.
Okay, so do I hit the crit button for this, or do I
just double it automatically? No, you won't need to hit the crit button. Just double it. Yeah, double it yourself.
Okay.
Okay, so we'll come back to your damage in a second.
Yeah.
Jun, your attack. What'd you get for your hit?
I got a 42.
42. That's pretty good. That is going to just hit.
Ooh, okay.
All right, roll your damage as you come in and you stab him.
How do I
from the
do
side?
Multiple groups of, because I've got 3 different things on this.
So as I was just saying to Ray, if you go into the chat box, you type in /roll space, and then you write in whatever your dice needs to be. So 1d6 plus 1d4 plus 3d12 or whatever. You can write in whatever.
Do I put pluses, or do I put a plus or a space between them?
Pluses.
Just a plus, yeah.
Okay.
Okay. Then we go to Daiji.
36 points of damage.
I also got a 42.
42 will hit. As
All
your
right, so-
sword tears through some of the cloth.
So this will do 5d8 plus strength, plus it's 2 actions, so it's plus my con as well. So that's plus 10. And then- That's 26 points of slashing damage. I forget if there's something else that happened when I do a 2-action one.
All right, real quick, Ray, give me a number between 1 to 5.
Okay. 3, please.
3. 1, 2, 3. Okay, on your critical hit with a bludgeoning attack, you collapse his lung as you hit him in the chest.
Ooh.
Until healed, he is enfeebled and fatigued.
Wait, like that. Does it matter what type of damage he took of the 51?
It goes with whatever your weapon is, primarily.
Okay, because some of that is fire, some of that is holy.
Yeah,
some of
that
is
won't
spirit.
matter. Unless it's a spell specifically or a bomb, it'll always use the weapon type. Yeah.
Okay, no problem.
All right. Daiji, was there anything else extra on your attack for that one?
I get 18 temp hit points until the start of my next turn.
Nice. A bit of a life leeching here. As that happens, can I get you to make me a will save, please?
That is 37.
All right. As you slash at him, you attempt to drain that essence from him, but it is blackened ichor. It seems to poison your blade, and as it comes into your mind, you start to hear that backwards language.
Okay, then poison ichor, it's not an actual poison.
It's not so much a poison more than it is demonic ichor trying to possess you. It's just what happens if you drain or drink demon blood. Okay. Quinn and Aelith, that leaves the... Oh, wait, sorry, no, my apologies. Bilratar, your last hit, and then Aelith and Quinn, you'll be up next.
Yeah, so I got a 48 to hit, and also what you're saying,
Yep.
42, so... I already rolled the damage because I basically hit enter as I was going through,
Love
which
that.
is the 34 damage.
34 damage. All right. Okay, and as you do so, you then go into a grapple, so make me an athletics check. Nope.
Because obviously I prepped the raging, I've actually got the feet for furious grab, so if I make a hit and I've got one hand free, it's same as the improved grapple, they're auto grabbed.
Oh, nice grab, nice. So you basically, as you hit him in the chest, swung your body around. You grab him by the arm and the back of the shoulder. You put him in an arm bar, as you now have control over his body with your own Bilratar, which gives Quinn and Aelith a ample opportunity. What would the two of you like to do?
And did you want to go after that amulet he's wearing?
No, I'm keeping my eye on Elder Westonson. So please, after you.
Seeing that Bill he's grappling him, Aelith is going to run up and try to rip that amulet off of him. That we saw earlier.
Bear in mind, he is not pinned. He is grappled. He will be able to defend himself.
That's okay. She's going to try anyway.
Cool. You run over. Make me an athletics check.
I will. All right. Skills. What is that? Plus 2. Okay. And... Oh. Okay. 41.
All right. You grab it and you snatch it off him. As it does so, Aelith, make me a will save.
Hmm.
45. All of a sudden, your mind begins to flood with the tens of thousands of atrocities committed in the name of Pazuzu by this person. As they flood into you, you see torments and tortures that cause the mind to buckle. As this is a very we're not talking about like indirect. We're talking about blood felt warmly upon your hands, kind of very, very impressionable evils that are just basically flooding from this thing you hold in your hand into you. You manage to stave off any influence from it, but you now hold within your hand the unholy symbol of Pazuzu.
Okay. And she's going to back away from him. Yeah, she's just gonna run from him.
Okay.
If possible, she's gonna go 30 feet away.
Sure, that's not a problem. I'd like to ask, what just as so I know, like Michael knows, what's the plan with that? This is a curious question.
She saw him holding on to it when he started speaking, so she figured it must be of some importance, so she's ripping it away.
Oh no, he wasn't holding on. He wasn't holding on to it. As he opened his robes to speak, that was just him, like sort of like yeah. It's just a holy. It's just a holy symbol. It literally is like a piece of iron that's just evil. It has no real thing. I was just curious if
But you never know. It could be a cleric and cast spells using it.
Well, exactly. Could have been a whole bunch of stuff. I was just curious. Did you suspect he was a cleric? Did you, think that maybe this is a rare magic item that you want to try?
Just thinking that it's maybe there's something to it that helps give him the power or whatever. She was hoping that by taking it, it might have slightly weakened something in him.
Okay. Yeah.
Yeah.
Fair. Well, I guess you'll
That's
have
it.
to. I guess you'll have to see if that actually happened or not.
Yeah.
Okay. I love the all-in thing. Also, by the
Yeah.
way, and this is just a public service announcement, as we always do. When we come up with ideas and stuff like that, don't be afraid to tell your DM what's on your mind, because half the time, if you know you do that, your DM can either choose to lean in or respond or react to it, rather than having that confused moment of, why did the group decide to steal that guy's earrings? I mean, like, it's nice, they're good earrings, but there are other things that are important. You know, you have those moments. But I love leaning into my players' ideas. Like, if Aelith is turning around and telling me, it's like, well, that looks like an evil thing that likely is a conduit for evil, and I want to separate him from the thing giving him his power. Great, fantastic. And then I might be able to twist and, you know, be like, oh, no, my conduit of power. You know, so I love being inspired by my players as well. So, yeah, you know, vocalize. Let me know stuff. I am very keen. However, Quinn, you are the last person on the board. What do you do?
Well, I was going to try to do this before they went over and did the grab, but I'll go ahead and do it now just in case, because there's still action going on the board. I'm going to assess the situation, keeping my eye on the Elder Westinson and my position near him. I'm going to use just as planned on Mothra, where I evaluate also him, his potential movements, what I think he's going to do. I'm going to devise a stratagem, so I get to roll 2d20s for that.
Dag's raising his hand, I hear.
Yeah.
Oh no.
So real quick,
Permission to speak.
so yeah, thank you. So real quick, I know there's a lot going on, but when you're assessing the situation, are you actually assessing the situation, or are you hyper focusing on this guy? Because that first step that you did will determine what happens for the rest of your action before you do your discerning stuff. Because there's a bunch of other stuff that's happening, not involving that guy.
I'm clearly missing something then, because everybody is surrounding that guy. Young Wes is glued.
Correct.
Elder Wes glued him.
Mm-hmm. Absolutely. But
What have I missed?
But when you assess the situation, my question is, are you assessing the situation like 360 degree, where is everything, what are we doing? Or are you hyper focusing and going, I am going to assess you, this individual, this moment, and then I'm going to discern stuff on you, and that hyper
Yeah,
focus.
my imprecision, if I'm assessing the situation with regards to Mothra, I meant Mothra.
So you're
But-
so you're only specifically focusing on them.
For my just as planned, yeah.
Okay, very well, cool. I needed to know that at the start, so that's fine. So you assess him, you do your rolls. Unfortunately, your rolls for
Well,
your
it
discerning a strategy
yeah.
were not we're not great.
which is fine, because I don't know that was all really to lead me to known weaknesses whenever I devise a stratagem. Oh, I did this in the wrong order.
Devising
My
the
bad.
stratagem is the automatic roll for.
Yeah,
whatever
no.
you do.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Right. Known weaknesses was what I was going to do, but I needed to do that before I devised a stratagem. This is like a little bit new for me.
That's okay. We can.
Can
do
I
it.
go
We-
ahead
we
and do
can-
it now?
Yeah, sure. I don't mind. Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, it's a recall knowledge check.
Mm-hmm. Yep, go for it.
After I've sort of looked him over and all of that. And if I'm successful on the recall knowledge check, I notice a weakness that I can convey
And
to
turn
my
it into
allies,
Yeah. Yep.
and giving them all a +1 circumstance bonus to their next attack roll.
Well, you are going to notice something almost immediately as you do this.
Mm-hmm.
This is a human. However, there's something very odd about this human. Firstly, they don't seem to behave nor have the kind of normal standings of a human. Their behaviors, their movement, everything seems very odd, like a creature is possessing a human. Secondly, you notice a few different things on their body markings and tattoos. Similar markings, in fact, to someone you've seen only once, but have, thanks to your investigative mind, a very strong recall. This body belongs to the pariah. So
All right.
no weaknesses, as humans have no strengths or weaknesses.
Excuse me, sir.
I of course will convey this because it's for the +1 circumstance bonus for everybody
Of
else.
course,
but,
of course.
That's really interesting. Okay, thank you. And
Alright.
it goes without saying, those are my 3 things and
Oh,
my
right, yeah,
attack
cool. Alright.
fails, so.
Yep, sweet as. Alright, as you convey this, you all take a moment to recognize that Quinn has just told you that that person that's in the robe is actually the pariah. Firstly, makes no sense because you saw the pariah, you know, not too long ago. He definitely was not this. And he faded away, if I'm not mistaken. Which means, well, how did this happen? However, in a moment of, I'm going to say, inattentiveness, a great ball of magical energy suddenly appears in the sky just above where everyone is. Such a noisy and rebellious bunch. These lands and this portion of the city are not yours to run unchecked and rampant. This is my land, my territory, and I will not let you harm my honored guest. You can see...
Winston Churchill?
Yeah, basically Winston Churchill.
God damn it.
One moment. Here we go. You see this happy individual.
Ooh.
A large wizard with a equally large imp by their side. He clasps his hands together and he says, "No, I will have you unhand and release my guest. And, oh, die as well." I need a reflex save from everyone as you watch as he gestures up towards the magic orb in the sky.
Where's my... Okay, reflex. 28.
Alright, let's see. What is my DC here, baby? Alright, DC is 45.
I'm gonna hero point mine.
Not a problem.
I think that Ray would like to hero point his as well, please.
Alright, so I've got a hero point from Ray and a hero point from Padrig.
Quick question: is he about to hit us all with this?
I'm going to use my natural 20 for a 49.
Because and technically, is this a new round? So would I get a reaction back?
You do get a reaction back. He is not making an attack action, no.
No attack action spell. Okay. Got
No, it is not.
Right.
43.
Okay. I got 45.
I'm also going to hero point.
All right, we got a hero point from Jun. All right, we have everyone using their hero points. They do not like the sound or look of the spell that is here.
God damn it.
Not surprising in the least. Okay.
I got a 36.
A 36. Alright, that is not going to be enough. 45 is our DC. Those of you who got the natural 20s, as well as who got 45, you'll be able to resist this as he casts Implosion.
Ooh.
Fun. Does this do damage?
It will probably. Let me have a quick look
Does
here.
it do
Okay.
fire damage?
No. Alright, Implosion. Will draw a collapse in space towards the object, dealing 75 damage around automatically.
Ooh. Automatically.
Automatically.
Ooh.
It is not heightened. That is it. Okay, cool. Yeah. So that's it. It is basically just being sustained as as this pulls up. Please raise your hands if you are being drawn into the orb.
You said 45, correct?
45 is the DC. Hands up if you're being drawn into the orb. Just in screen so that you can see it.
Yeah.
You can't see it, but I'm raising my hand.
Okay. So Ritsu.
Does this include the person that Bill is grappled?
Oh yeah, he needs to roll it too. One moment. Where are we at? 33 on his save. He gets a... No, he does not get sucked up.
This is a very strange question.
Yeah.
Is this an auditory or visual effect?
No.
Okay.
A black hole is not that. No.
I did say it was a very strange.
It is a very
thing,
strange
but
one.
but
It
it's
is
very
but
specific to one of my
But
abilities.
yeah, I get it. I get it. All right. So as you are drawn towards the central mass, the large wizard turns and says, "Come, my friend, we should be off. We would not like to see what happens next." Quinn, Aelith, and Ritsu, you managed to grab onto something in order to prevent yourself from being pulled away. Bilrata, while you hold on to the best of your ability, you are eventually just kind of pulled. Can I get an athletics check from you? Your target...
Athletics?
Yeah. Yeah, an athletics check, please.
Oh
There it is.
no!
Oh no!
Oh,
It's-
no.
It's fine. It
Told
just
you
means,
they were infinite.
it just means as he's holding on, he does slip his grip and then just release this guy as you do end up still pushing forward. The creature grabs its robes and pushes itself forward. Aelith, you're holding on as Torgmagor sends his tiny little demon over to you. As it waddles over, this little tiny fat chubby imp waddles over to you. You're still kind of being pulled into the apex of this spell. It looks to you and says, "This little piggy went to market. Boink. This little piggy went home. Boink.
No.
I knew it.
This little piggy had roast beef. Boink. Roast beef."
No.
Aelith, you can tell that he is trying to open your hand, that you are clutching onto the unholy symbol. Do you hang on to it? The only way to prevent him from pulling your fingers off what you are holding is to use your second hand that you currently have it clutched in.
Which then I would probably lose my grip, wouldn't I?
No, it's the only way to keep your grip.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, otherwise
Oh,
the one hand that you're using to hold onto the object is currently
Yeah.
being like set free, you can use your second hand to stabilize yourself, and you'll be fine. But you will have to let go of the thing.
I'd have to let go of it.
Mm-hmm.
Throw it into the black
And
hole.
this little piggy had
That's-
none.
And if I were to let go, but letting go, trying to move my hand to throw it into where this implosion is happening,
Then
would
you will
go
do
there?
again. You will not be stabilizing yourself. When I
All
say you drop it, I mean that you are not dropping it to do something. You are instead trying to grab onto the thing to stabilize yourself before you get let loose. Choice is A or B. Hang on to it, and we'll make a reflex save, or stabilize. You watch as he pulls out a knife,
Yep.
gets ready for your
She's
last
got-
finger.
Shit, she's gonna stabilize.
All right. As you release the unholy symbol, you grab onto the object that is holding you, as almost like this toad-like tongue hits the thing, and he swallows it. He then waddles back off. The wind is still like pulling as hard as it can, as all of a sudden you watch Bilrata, Westinson, Jun, and Ray suddenly heading towards this object. Torgmagor sort of raises his hands as him and the robed individual disappear, heading towards the light. And as the rest of you are pulled into this strange orb, you brace for impact. You brace to be torn asunder. Each of you, can you please take 30 points of damage? The damage is halved because as you are struck by this orb of implosion, you see that a circle of strange rainbow-colored lights start to build from inside the orb. They start to stretch outwards as they push against the walls of the spell. As this happens, do we have anyone who is proficient in arcane magic in our group?
Yes.
No, but I'm wondering if I can smash it.
No.
So
Okay.
Yeah,
When-
I'm
Generally speaking, when I say,
expert.
are you proficient with arcane magic, can I hit it, is not the answer I'm looking for.
Question though, you said so I have something called greater kinetic durability that says when you fail a fortitude save against an effect that deals damage, you have the damage you take. So is this
Reflex,
half
not.
damage halves for me?
It's reflex, not fort.
I thought you said this was was it a reflex save?
No,
not a fort save?
he
Oh,
said
no wonder.
reflex.
All right, never mind.
What if I use a hero point?
Neil, if you use a hero point, not only will I take your hero point, I will shatter your sword, and I will leave it here in the future so that when you return,
I'm just wondering.
you will need to use a pitchfork for the first 4 levels of your campaign.
I was just wondering because I have a feat called Smash the Air, which is
and-
cut the air, but it works for spells.
And I am going to give you the answer that I gave you before, because this scene
Okay.
is for Aelith now, because Aelith has
Okay,
said,
sorry.
yes, I
I
can.
I
have
was just
Arcana.
wondering. I
Yep.
was just wondering.
I have Arcana.
Please make an Arcana roll.
Can I assist?
Yes, you may. By all
I'm gonna
means.
have to undo this a bit because I accidentally hit it twice. Sorry.
That's okay, we'll go off the first roll. So 9 plus 22, that is a 31. Westinson, what's your proficiency in Arcana?
Plus 25.
No, sorry, your actual proficiency. What is your, are you a
Oh, expert.
Expert? So that's a plus 4 onto your 31, which is 35, which is actually precisely what you needed. So, Aelith, with your Arcana check, as these strange stones are expanding outwards, you realize that with applied force in all directions, you can shatter the implosion spell. But you need a great deal of force from all sides inside the actual orb itself. So this needs to come from Ray, Birita, Westinson, Jun, and Ritsu. Now, those of you who have the physical ability to push up against the walls using your powers and abilities may do so under Aelith's instruction, but you need to coordinate it.
I actually have the perfect spell for that too.
Sure, by all means. Aelith, do you want to share that information?
Yes, she relays that to the group. Needs to be a coordinated effort. So everybody, if you can, shift to where you're able, so that you're surrounding it.
And June will bring up that he has the perfect spell for shattering things. That's an area.
All right. So,
All right.
Ray, Birita, and Ritsu, how do you want to press up against the walls of this cage?
Yeah, I mean, we're trying to hit it at the same time?
Yep.
Yep.
Yeah.
I will
So it's
take out my sword and get ready as I kind of hold my breath to get the immediate timing as everyone else.
Okay.
on 3.
Am I in there too? I thought I got sucked in as well.
Oh,
I'm there
sorry.
too.
I didn't realize. I thought you'd made it. Yeah, no. If you're inside there, then yes. You
No,
need
I
to-
had a 43.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
I
Alright,
was gonna
so
say
is this
because
just
yeah.
so is this basically we want to do bludgeoning damage to it?
So wait, the people that saved aren't in this, or why are we all in it?
The people that saved are not inside of it.
Oh, okay, so I'm actually not inside of it.
Okay.
No.
My bad.
Yeah, there's only 3 of us not inside of it.
All right.
Yeah. So
The
for the
da-
table's
the-
benefit,
the damage type
Bell is
isn't
basically going to
important,
be
it just
shoulder
needs to be-
charging this. So
Yep. Shoulder charging the edge of it. Nice. Cool.
So
Yeah, if we're just
on 3.
pushing. Yeah, if we're just
Yeah.
pushing out, I will also
Shoulder
push
charge.
out against it. With
All
all my
right.
strength.
Actually,
yeah.
could I jump in at it to help them?
Sure. You take.
If she says that?
Sure. You take 30 points of damage.
Okay, yeah, so I did take that already.
Okay, cool. Yep, you leap inside, you take 30 points of damage to help them out.
Oh.
Aelith and Quinn, you kind of watch as Ritsu jumps in.
I'm gonna be like, what the? Okay.
I'm gonna use
Alright.
Siege Breaker.
Ooh, nice. All right, that's a good one.
I'm going to be casting a 9th level Shatter.
Also very nice. I'm going to give that a +4 to everyone's check as they make an
Actually-
athletics. Yep.
Yeah, actually, can I do Humbling Lumber, which is a 10-foot wide, 30-foot long line of logs that just shoot out?
You will hit everyone inside of this orb.
All right, never mind. I'll just do an athletics check then.
I was going to say
That's
you
why
can.
we ask, right?
Yeah, that's why you ask. Exactly. You wouldn't know unless you asked. All right. Everyone making an
Right?
athletics check with a +4 bonus from the Shatter spell applied as well. Aelith,
Okay.
you are kind of there with Quinn, and Quinn, with your ability to like sort of
Athletics.
again make the timing sort of happen as well. You're just kind of the whole lot of you are kind of like pushing and pulling against the edges.
For the Shatter,
may I
June, it
please use a
says-
hero point because I'm not having a 2 on athletics with Bell.
Yes, you may.
No one.
Gonna be a
For the
scrap.
Shatter,
that's-
June is just blowing the highest pitch note ever.
There we go. That's better.
All right, as you watch these cracks start to appear in the orb, it shatters, releasing all of the people who were trapped inside and floating. The strange lights that were circling around and protecting you and stopping the implosion from just crushing you all to death are the ion stones provided by our donation
Ooh.
from the secret menu item chat. So all of you now are in possession of an ion stone. To use an ion stone is very simple. Either A, carry it in your possession, B, put it into a piece of jewelry, or 3, throw into the air, and it will orbit your head. Technically, you can have it surgically grafted to you, but, that's up to you if you want to do that. Go to that extreme. But yes, each of you now are in possession of an Ion Stone.
Getting my flash
And
on
I posted in the Discord chat the list of them.
Okay. With Torgmagor and the strange entity having now left, our heroes take a moment of respite. The cracks
I'm
in
going to
the sky...
examine Wes.
Sorry.
Sorry.
Yeah, no, that's okay. The cracks in the sky seem to be expanding. There are more and more of them as they go. Quinn, you go and inspect Wes as he is struggling. Again, just afraid and fearful, trying to struggle for the best of his life, as you hear the sounds of a animated bullet going, "Ha ha! You're not going anywhere! Piss of shit! You're gonna be stuck there forever! I've got nowhere else to be today, bitch!"
This is how young West obtained Skippy.
Yeah, it's the little Skippy bullet, just constantly using Entangle
Wes.
to keep him pinned down.
Can I grab the bullet, wrap it in some sort of cloth, and tuck it in young Wes's pocket, deep into his coat?
I mean, yeah, I guess you I guess you could. Hey, what are you?
Yeah.
And then you put it in young Wes's pocket. He's just struggling, just frightened and afraid of you as you jam the bullet into his pocket.
Yeah. And I'm just going to inspect him to see if any permanent damage is done. And also kind of look at the elder and see if he's still got the red all over his eyes and stuff, or are they still...
The answer to both is yes. The red mark in his chest is expanding outwards, and there is a now crack that appears in his chest, almost like his flesh has been fissured into the symbol of Pazuzu, and it is expanding. Westonson eyes that have the clay on it is expanding as well. It is just kind of crawling down his face and across his chest in the same sort of way.
Well, and I know this is beyond my medical abilities. All I've got is battle medicine.
Yeah. Much like with Aelith, you have learned that this sort of shit is not dealt with bandages.
But I do have an iron stone or whatever it is. Can it be
once you
converted to help me heal?
Once you
magical.
Once you decide what the Ion Stone is, I can answer that question. But if you, but I don't. If I don't know what.
Okay, got it.
Yeah. Has anyone actually shared with the group that it's a ongoing fear effect?
No one said anything so far, but Westonson, that fear inside of you is kind of like a trauma, if that makes sense. It's not something you wear on your sleeve anymore, but you know that fear is there. You know what I mean? It's just in the background of everything, lurking like a thick soup that you just have to deal with.
When Quinn looks at me after getting Skippy, I just put out my hand and call.
Skippy can't escape. He's trying. He's trying, but remember, he's webbed up, so he's like...
Hey, Dag, the damage that we took, was that bludgeoning damage?
No, that was annihilation damage.
That's a type.
Yeah, basically part of your body, part of your bodies have been obliterated, atomized by the spell. Had this spell fully hit you, it would have literally left nothing behind.
Can is this something that appealing to Milani and lay on hands might stop?
Can you cure fear with your lay on hands? Or the frightened condition?
I can with Word of Freedom.
This does not fit.
Yeah.
Yeah, this. Oh, you can use Word of Freedom on the young Westinson. That might.
Yes, that's what I'm thinking. Yeah.
It will break him free from the.
I have
the
something
webbing.
for this.
Ooh.
Okay.
I actually do. So June remembers a song that his mother taught him for when he was ever scared. He is going to begin playing that to kind of soothe Westinson and young Westinson. I'm going to use my soothing ballad focus cantrip, targeting both of them because I could target up to 9 allies. Actually, fuck it. I'll target everybody here.
Sure.
I draw upon my muse to soothe my allies. Choose one of the following 3 effects. One of them is attempts to counteract fear effects on the target.
Okay. Easy done. What do you need to do to counteract? Do you need to make a check or anything like that, or is it just it does?
It just says the spell attempts to counteract the fear effects on the target.
All right. Roll me a d20.
Okay. The DC of my spell, if that matters, is 39.
Nope. Because you're the one making the check.
Okay. Come on.
For some reason or another, when he said he's like singing a song that his mom told him, I immediately
can I just
thought
use my nat 20?
I immediately thought that he was going to say the Thunder Buddies song from like the Ted movie.
I would just like to straight up use my nat 20.
Yeah, you can use your nat 20. All right. With the natural 20, the symbol begins to recede and the clay begins to pull back. It is not fully gone, but it has been suppressed enough that the young Wes, who is tied up, loses consciousness from the sheer stress, adrenaline, and inebriation that they have gone under. They pass out completely. Westinson, you feel that pain residing for the time being. If you do not deal with it now, it will become a permanent fixture. You kind of feel this deeply. But for now, however, it doesn't seem to be causing you any problems thanks to the soothing ballad of Jun and his mother's lullaby, or mother's comfort song.
I will bury it deep for now and keep moving.
All right.
Everyone likes repressed trauma.
This is why he started drinking again. No.
But I will walk up to young Westinson, tear through the glue, reach into the pocket, and get Skippy back.
I was lonely. And he goes back into your pocket.
Good job.
How many
Actually,
people
pull out the
are-
magazine and convince him to go back in the magazine.
He goes back in the magazine.
But Bell will suggest
Nice.
potentially taking young Wes's bullets so he doesn't start firing if he ever wakes up.
Oh, he's losing every weapon he has. I'm already currently disarming him.
Yep, you can completely disarm. Well, okay, rather than disarming him, you dismantle his gun. Mostly because you know that in the state that he is in, and the state that you were in back then, you had no chance of being able to reassemble your gun.
Is there a person standing near us, or have they all just run in terror?
Oh, they've run in terror. Yeah, this is like one of the like lower income housing kind of areas. They're not sticking around for that sort of thing.
Okay.
One last thing I would like to do.
Sorry, real quick. Let me just finish up with Westinson, then we'll get to.
Yep.
Yep. So Westinson, you've done that. Anything else?
I actually just grab him by the front of his leather armor and whatever chest hair I can happen to get by accident, and then start dragging him to where like the constable holding stock might be.
Oh yeah, yeah. No, you know what? There's a small. Let's just call it the punishment post that people would get tied up to.
Yeah, unceremoniously dragging him.
Yep, sure, yeah. Just grab him by the beard. Just
Yeah.
Yep, beard,
The old classic
chest
police
armor.
box in a corner,
yep,
Yep.
which is what it's used for.
yep. Easy done. All right.
Not
Jun?
looking at anyone.
Yeah.
After doing the lullaby thing, he is going to walk up to Aelith to check out her wonky arm. And he's gonna go, did that happen from the orb?
No. It's from several weeks before.
Does it hurt?
I have twinges once in a while. It was rather brutal when it happened, but it needed to be done.
I mean, my mother's taught me a lot of spells, or not spells, music. Since we met the pariah, they seem to be working on overdrive. I might have something to help soothe it if you would let me try.
How would you soothe it? What do you mean?
Well, if you could describe exactly like what's wrong, that might help me narrow it down.
Oh, the pain that I feel was from the removal of my other arm to have this one attached. Beyond that,
It's a phantom pain.
yeah.
All right. Well, June will once again take out his Xiao and so above table I know that it's a curse arm. What I would like to do is so I also decided which Aeon Stone I would like.
Sure.
Because this has to do with it. I would like the amplifying one.
Sure.
So June is going to play a song attempting to cast Soothe, but instead will be accidentally casting Claim Curse at 9th level. I would like to hero point that because while Claim Curse is only supposed to be for 5 minutes, I'm wondering if the hero point can make it permanent, where I take
Sure.
on the effects of the entire curse.
Sure.
My seasons of ghosts.
Sure. Yeah.
Oh.
Absolutely.
Can I be cursed?
Now I'm
Yeah,
gonna
sure.
now I'm gonna give this to the table. I'm gonna give this to the table. As I know that you are all very, very aware of, we have a very limited time for today's session, and a very, very, very limited time to complete the quest that we have for the crossover event and all of this stuff. Now, there is part of me that is like, well, I did say at the very, very beginning, if there's stuff that you would like to do that is only available during the crossover, that is something that should be discussed and should, be explored. And this is in that category. This is not me going, Jun is doing something out of character or yada, yada, yada. This is perfectly above board, and this is perfectly it. However, what we are talking about here, to people who may not necessarily have been following the Gatewalkers campaign and story, is the arm that Aelith currently has is the current housing of one of the greatest evil dragons in all of history. When I say this, I mean this is the symbol of Fafnir. And the death of Aelith, or the breaking of the seal, releases Fafnir into this world. Jun making this attempt has one of 3 results. The first is it transfers to Jun, and Jun now has Fafnir as a potential threat should Jun be knocked unconscious or killed. which in turn, at the level that Season of the Ghost is a straight TPK plus the end of that particular entire campaign. Should Jun die.
And the end of that city.
Yeah. The city, the land, the region. Like at least with Gatewalkers to a degree, it's still kind of that. But right now, for example, they're in Sarkoris, which is fuck tons away from anyone important. So it's if shit goes wrong, nothing's gonna happen. It's kind of out there.
We're at the back end of nowhere.
Right.
Yep.
Now, so there's that to consider. The second is if this fails, and the seal is simply broken, this could be on a natural 1, this could be on a whatever critical fail, I will summon Fafnir here, right now, in the middle of the city, which is going to be a cinematic conclusion to to the Curse of the Crimson Throne campaign, and a swift. Now our heroes need to escape as quickly as they can before they are wiped out by a CR30. So, because this is
Quinn
going
punch June.
Wait, no. This is meta. This is above table, right?
Yeah.
So I want to ask the players if we get consent to make the attempt. Now, keeping in mind when I say the Fafnir I'm talking about like the odd, very, very low chance that happens, but it is a possibility, so I want to keep you guys informed. But I know that a lot of the players here are people from Curse of the Crimson Throne, so I do want to give you guys the opportunity to voice this beforehand, because this is now table management. Okay? So, I'm all for this. I'm happy to give this a crack, right? And I will stress that it is a low chance, but not zero, for Fafnir to be brought out here. As for the comfort levels of yes or no in terms of allowing for this transition to happen, because very easily I could just say it fails, right? So let's start with.
I was going to say, can I just make sure Season Ghosts are aware? This isn't just Aelith dies; she's basically at wounded 4 permanently.
Yes, correct.
Which means she goes down to 0.
Yeah,
it's done.
Yeah, which means Jun will be on Wounded 4 permanently, going back into Seasons of Ghost.
Damn.
Sorry, Wounded 3.
Understood.
Oh, yeah, yep, cool. So, Ritsu, Season of Ghost character, what do we say, yay or nay?
Nay, but at the same time, I'm always for the...
Nay.
Nay.
This is a player question, not a character question. So, yes, nay.
He wants to protect the city, so nay.
Cool. Twiff.
This is the possibility of wiping out both tables I'm on?
Yeah.
No. It'll only potentially do
one or the other.
Yeah, it'll do one. It'll do one or the other potentially.
Yeah. I think, given our track record, Season of Ghosts were level 2. You're going to go down. And I think that's bad. So I'm against it from functional. I think,
Sure, no, that's fine. That's functional is what I'm looking for. I'm not looking for Avarian.
I'm sorry, what?
I'm
It's not in their game.
You can go. Yeah.
I kind of hope he does.
I normally side with abject chaos, and a lot of me really wants to. So yes.
So yes.
You stinker.
All right. Schoolie?
I was trying to advise against this because messing with this curse before. And I'm also of the view that this is potentially Gatewalker's problem, and potentially Gatewalkers needs to solve it on their own.
I like that. Yeah, that's a true point. It was a Gatewalker story arc and stuff like that. It'd be nice for the Gatewalker guys to be the one to resolve it once that comes to a head. So yeah, that makes sense. Cool. All right, Ire?
Zuzu and Quinn both vote no, but Quinn believes if you come across a likely candidate where you could take their arm and do a swip swap, she's fine with that.
Sure. Aelith? Or Jen, should I say?
I am going to say no. Yeah.
Okay. And
when
Ray.
we go back into character, I'll.
Sure.
Yes.
And Ray.
Yeah. much as it's a really cool idea, I don't think we should do it.
Okay, cool. Give me 2 minutes. Could I get everyone to just take a moment? Don't address the situation here, but if you guys would like to talk about dealing with Torgmagor, we're going to skip over the ritual for the time being. I just need to do some research on my end of things. When I come back, I will deal with that, but I want to give you guys the opportunity to decide. You need to climb the lighthouse, get to the top, and face Torgmagor and get the shard. Okay? So have a discussion about that. I'll be back in 2 shakes.
Risa just says, so that was Torgmagor?
Yep.
That was Tormagor.
In all his glory.
Yeah, I could
Certainly
have
has a
knocked
bit
him
of a
out of the sky
presence.
right now. Yeah.
Hmm?
What was that imp thing he's got?
An imp.
Well,
There's imps all
Familiar.
over the city.
duh, but
Well,
okay, fine.
there's fewer imps because of one of the people you haven't met. He has a protege, and he kind of got carried away and has been killing pseudo dragons and imps, trying to
Oh.
exterminate them in the city. But that's another story for another day.
Yeah.
With Tormagor, I wonder where in the lighthouse he's going to be. Do you think he's going to be the trope up at the top, or do you think he's going to be? Do we need to go in at the bottom and work our way up, or should we
I
start
don't
at the
know
top?
if he can fit in the tower.
Well, question for you, Ray. Is this individual someone that's likely to keep a shard on his person or just hide it in his room?
Or how big is the tower?
The lighthouse.
Yeah.
It's quite
Or
large.
lighthouse.
Right. So
Oh, okay. I was gonna say he also looked quite large, but
It's probably at the top.
I'm thinking
Okay.
he would be at the top, and so would anything he would care about.
is there anything special about this lighthouse? Other than we were told to go here for the glass, but or the shard.
It has a huge view out over the things, and he's been sinking. He's been stopping shipping from going anywhere within range.
Dang.
So
And the best place to do that from would be the top of the tower. Plus, arrogant people tend to do arrogant things.
So
The shard represents power, so I guess it would be on him.
So, who can fly? Can anyone fly?
I can't fly, but I can
No?
jump really. Thinking with my newfound strength, I could maybe jump pretty high.
Would you mind a minor suggestion?
Yes.
We go in
Feel
from the
free.
top and bottom. The lighthouse is open at the top, but if he sees a group of people closing with him, he may choose to go down. If we have
I
another
like
group
flee
coming
down the
up,
building.
we can
But if he's
capture him in the middle.
but
flank
if he's at the top, and those that attack from the top, you aren't going to have the rest of us there to help.
Which would mean we'd have to time the people landing at the top for roughly the same time people are coming up from the bottom.
So, let's see.
Make enough
Does
noise
anyone
coming out
have
of the
ability
bottom
to
that might
talk?
take his eyes away from the people at the top.
Also, distraction is a good thing. Speaking of distraction,
Hello. All right.
Hello.
welcome back.
I have it. I figured it out. So,
So,
Jun,
Nope.
you will conduct this ritual. You'll make the attempt to remove the curse. Now, Aelith, you don't know any of the repercussions. Like I said, this was above board for the decision. Trust the process. The
Okay.
idea of removing the curse sounds amazing to you, because removing the curse means no more Fafnir. As the attempt to remove the curse happens, Jun, as you reach through and into the curse, you are overwhelmed by a powerful entity. A powerful roar tears through your mind and shakes you to your very core. As this happens, you are gripped with fear. Whatever it is that is now that you are now trying to take onto yourself is trying to force itself onto you. This is not a willing or conscious thing. This is something now, it's like, you've decided to share a cup and drink from it, but instead what you've done is you've accidentally opened the floodgates to a dam that is now overwhelming you with far more power than you were prepared for. You try to hold it back as best you can. Thankfully, however, Aelith, while this is happening, the seal holds firm and holds tight. However, Aelith, you are no longer at dying 4. You have been restored back to simply... you are not wounded 4. Sorry, you are no longer wounded at all. Jun, however, you are now at wounded 4. As the ritual succeeded to a degree, but Fafnir remains on Aelith's arm, the tattoo holding strong. Aelith, when you gain the dying condition, when you gain the wounded condition will under no circumstances go away. Jun, your wounded condition is of course 4 at the moment, but the usual methods will remove your wounded after 24 hours.
Okay, so I basically just took on her wounds then.
Yeah. But as this manifests, you are now scarred by what look to be dragon claws over your body, as if something tried to literally dig its way into your flesh.
Dag, just out of curiosity, I don't know if we would ever have enough time to do this in this particular scenario, but someone who's proficient in arcane tattoos, would they be able to reinforce the seal on the arm?
Sure, I don't mind that. Let's say that for the sake of this, you can, before you guys depart after the shard stuff, because we do have very limited time here to get through all of it, you will reinforce it, and any checks made associated with the tattoo, Aelith, you will get a +2 circumstance bonus, as Westonson will help reinforce the tattoos. Now, the seals aren't really the tattoos. The tattoos are actually the curse mark, but you can add some extra stuff to it.
Yeah,
all right.
Not touching the tattoos.
So, what did we come up with our plan for the top of the lighthouse, ladies and gentlemen?
Well, the problem is we don't fly. So
Nope. I mean, if we want a distraction, I can do an illusion and craft something, but it takes 10 minutes to
You
put
can
that
craft
together.
a large staircase to the top of the tower. Literally, plant a
Guys, he
seed.
just starts playing Minecraft.
Plant
Oh,
a seed. Plant a seed. So basically, you could plant a seed underneath the group and create a towering sycamore to rise you to the height that you need to for the top of the tower.
Sure, I'll do that. I mean, I can make a tree elevator.
perfect.
Nice.
I've still got my kinetic gate going.
Okay.
All right. Is that the plan?
So I think that's the plan.
Okay.
Yeah.
You make your
It
way.
is now.
Fair. You make your way to the end of the harbor, where you see the lighthouse. There, an ominous-looking glow now shines over the city. As it does so, everywhere it shines, the crack seems to extend, almost as if someone were taking a nail across a piece of broken glass and just extending that crack further. You see that the shard has been placed inside the lighthouse, and Torgmagor and the entity are both grabbing hold. Well, not both of them are grabbing hold of it, but they're commanding it and dictating it as they are creating more of these cracks. You see that the sky almost looks like it's unraveling from the power that happens here. Torgmagor laughs boisterously as he believes his plans are coming to fruition. But suddenly, the tree elevator with you guys atop it arrive at the top of the lighthouse. a very short distance away, you can see the shard embedded into a small housing unit, and you can see behind Torgmagor is like glaring. Stop them! You watch as the hooded individual stretches out what looks to be these fiery moth-like wings as they try to interpose between you and the shard. Again, much like with the initiative we did before, the players are going to get the opening volley here as they prepare to open up another portal. All right. Whoever would like to go to instigate, you may do so. I'm going to say Daiji, we're going to leave you for last just because you are obviously raising the tree and the canopy and stuff like that and stabilizing it for everyone.
I would like you to use my clockwork wrist grappler to snatch that bit of crystal.
The crystal is in an actual container in the lighthouse.
Oh, okay.
So, yeah, you don't have a direct shot at it, unfortunately.
Yeah, got it. All right.
I would like to target Ray, Ritsu, Bill, and Quinn. Wait, how many people are on this table? 2, 4.
8.
There's 8.
8.
All right, so I'd like to target everybody but myself, and I'm sorry, Daichi. To cast a 7th rank haste.
All right, everyone has now been hasted by the sounds of
Thank you.
Jun's music.
And what does that do exactly, please?
You get
You gain an extra action and some extra
for
bonuses.
stride or strike.
Yeah, we can touch on that because we have very little time. So let's keep moving.
Yep.
All right, who's next?
So, as we come into sight, Ray is going to actually do his extendo mace.
Yep.
And actually go at Torkmagor.
Ooh, okay. What's the plan?
To try and disrupt whatever, like to try and essentially knock him out of the whatever spell ritual thing he's catching.
He is literally holding onto the thing and just pointing it and firing. It's and he is so large. He is so large and so heavy. You have a 0 chance of actually shifting him from his current location.
Yeah, then in that case, he's going after the moth guy who's coming at us.
There is also the glass. I mean, if you're looking at what Quinn was doing with the grappling hook, there is also the glass canister, which you could potentially break with your mace, which will expose the shard.
Well, we can target it.
All right, make your attack.
That. Okay. Oh, it's so close. 45. It sat on the 20. And then
All
fell
right,
off.
with a 45, that is plenty. The glass breaks, revealing the shard. Yes, Quinn. Make your
You know
attack.
what I want.
Make
Yeah, I'm
your-
going to do my clockwork grappler.
All right, as you pull out your clockwork grappler,
Yeah, let's see if it's not really meant to be an attack thing, but let me see what I would roll.
just roll your d20. We can.
Okay, you decide.
I can do some rough maths if you tell me your dex.
Okay, my dex. Hold on. So it's a +5 on my dex.
All right, with a 35, that is going to be perfectly fine. As you hit it, the shard, Torgmago goes, "No!" His reflexes are non-existent as he attempts to try and grab at it. The Mothman will try to grab it as well. He does snatch the cable. He is holding onto it as you pull it, and he kind of holds it as well. He again doing that insectoid twitch as he tries to pull you closer. All right, who would like to go next? Aelith, I see your
I'd
hand
like
up.
to go next.
Yep.
Seeing that, I want to fire or shoot my arrow at his hand.
Make your
hoping
attack.
that it will cause him to release.
Yep, make your attack. In order to get him to
Alright.
release, you do need to get a critical hit for the forced effect.
Okay. I am going to go for all three, I hope. So here we go. Where is it? There it is. Oh, sorry. All right. I got to do it on the right one here. Here we go. Can I use a hero point?
Sure, got no problem with that. Go for your hero point.
Okay. I'd like to try again. I hope. Okay, and
All right. A 42 is a
All
hit,
right.
but not a critical hit. So your arrow flies through. Again, don't worry about the damage at this point. As the arrow will hit him in the forearm, he still manages to hold on, but his grip is weakening.
okay. And we have that haste, right?
Yes. Bilrata?
I'll let Ayla finish.
No,
what-
we're all going in tandem. So
Okay.
Go ahead.
Bill, obviously being very physical with everyone else, he's going to go in and basically try to rugby tackle Mothman.
Okay.
The idea being that if his fist has been weakened, rugby tackling might make him actually drop it as he gets punted back.
All right, make an athletics check.
Nope. Not 321.
You sure?
Those
Oh, nice.
poor-
Yeah.
40.
Nice.
49, you clean him up as you hit him in the gut. That's actually a critical success. So that will
That's
cause
awesome.
him to loosen his grip as the shard now goes back. And Quinn, you manage to grab hold of it.
That's
I'm
brilliant.
assuming that was a carded hit.
Yeah, a carded hit.
Like that was
for sure.
that was not
Yeah.
a clean
No,
rugby
it was
hit.
definitely
That was
not.
a-
Definitely
that was-
above the shoulder line there on that one. That
Oh,
was.
yeah. Well,
Once I
remember,
have it.
Bill is small, so he probably might be a bit below the belt.
Oh yeah, maybe that. Yeah. All right, Quinn.
Yeah.
Once you have it.
I'm gonna jump off the stairs to the ground.
That is a
Yeah.
60-foot fall, and that is
Yep, no.
depending on where you are. There's also a cliff.
Yeah, no, but I'm just going for the ground first off, and I have legendary acrobatics, which is important because I also have.
Catfall.
Okay, so you take
Yeah.
no damage from the fall. All right, nice.
Right.
All right, cool. You leap backwards off the edge, and you land safely on the ground. Now that you are holding the shard, I'm gonna say that at this point is when Quinn will start getting their vision, but we'll come back to that later because I like limited time here. As you hold it, you can feel you can channel its power if you so decided, and you can create a portal or a rift with this shard in your hand.
Okay. Understood. I can get everyone home.
All right. Everyone, technically except for Bill, is still on the tree, if I'm not mistaken.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
So technically, Daiji, you could just like bring everyone except Bill down, unless someone can drag Bill back onto the tree. Then you can bring everyone down.
Well, Ray still has two actions, as does Aelith.
Technically, Bill does as well.
Yeah. You all do.
Let's get out of here.
I want to give
Bill,
them
can
something
you
to
come?
think about before we leave. How big is the area of the top of the lighthouse?
It is a 40-foot diameter.
Okay. So, and they're in the middle of it, right?
Yeah, directly in the center.
So, before everyone gets back on the tree and we drop it, Daiji's going to point, whistle, which I can't do, but you know that loud.
Yeah, high pitched. Yeah.
And he's going to point to the middle of the lighthouse, and 808 Nuki in raccoon dog form are going to just suddenly rush up the sides of the lighthouse, extend in a 30-foot area in
His
the
whole
middle of the
family.
lighthouse, and dance. And that makes it they do 68 bludgeoning damage to any enemies as they are trampled and danced upon, and it is difficult terrain for enemies. Does not affect any allies. Allies can move through. They're friends. It's party. They're
That's
mingling.
awesome.
June sees one of Daiji's cousins from town, just gives him a little high five.
Absolutely. They're all my cousin.
No, June just recognizes
That's
one specific one.
All right, they all begin to dance as a very bizarre carpet of tanuki dogs start to basically, almost like the festival dances. Some of them have like these wooden like sort of chair things. They put the Mothman on the chair and they start bouncing him up and down. And he's like, "What the fuck?"
Yeah.
And
They will do that for a minute.
yeah. As there is just mostly confusion going around here. I presume the rest of you get on the tree and descend downwards.
Is the lighthouse an oil-based lighthouse?
No. And the housing thing has been shattered as well. So there's no. Yeah. All
I
right.
will get to the front of the tree as it's descending and open up with a impassable wall stance.
Very well.
So anything that tries to get near me, either of the enemies I can try to attack and
Sure.
get them to stop. But mainly it's there in case he starts open firing at us with that massive gun.
Sure.
All right.
All right.
To help add to the confusion, quickly,
Does that need help?
June is... No, but
Yeah.
just to add to more confusion, Phantom Orchestra, and there's just gonna be music for the two
Oh,
to
absolutely.
dance to. That's really
Very
all
well.
it does. It just, I mean, it technically does damage, but I don't care about dealing damage. I just want the music to be playing in the room.
Sure. All right. As you all
Just-
descend, Quinn is there with the shard.
Y'all need to touch
So-
this.
No, I don't think so. I think I can just open up portals. And you need to identify what looks like home.
Everyone touches it so they can identify their home.
Oh, okay. Everybody, yes, we all need to touch it.
Good. As you all touch it, you all receive your visions, which again I will try to speed run at the very, very end. But immediately the various portals open, each of which leading back to your individual realm. Okay? Now here's the important bit. One of the portals appears to be the exact same shape and size as the shard itself.
We should put it in there.
Yeah.
It's either that or we all need to go and the people that need to stay here close up
No,
after
I've
us.
only known.
Oh,
That's
yeah.
what I was
that
thinking
goes-
is that we close up afterwards, but I'm not sure. I mean,
Yeah.
maybe get through your portals first just to be on the safe side. It was nice meeting you all.
It's
Bye.
Nice to meet
Nice
you too.
to
Glad
meet
we
you
could
as well.
help.
You guys.
Glad we could help
It's
you a
good to
little
know
bit.
I've got
Yeah.
family even in Corvosa.
It's true.
Yes,
All
at
right.
that point, Bill will toss
Good- good
the
luck,
gourd over
Daiji.
to
Nice to
Daiji,
meet
saying,
you.
"Thanks for the drink earlier."
Daiji, you have this strange bright blue fruit that has been turned into a gourd that lands in your hand. It is filled with a slushy liquid as you, Jun, and Ritsu head into a portal that you can quite clearly see is Willow Shore. Bilratar and Aelith, you see Sarkoris through one of the portals and make your way through there. Westonson, you see the town of Sandpoint, but before you head there, you recall something that was said, of course, and that is the interloper must be dealt with. As for the interloper's identity, you suspect, and you recall Nualia's warning about a villain in red who seems to be coming for you. You believe that that guy possibly belongs in your portal. Now, do you want to leave now, or do you want to, I guess, help Ray and Quinn?
He turns away from the portal.
All right.
Well.
The Tanuki dogs have kept Togmagor busy, but the moth creature flies into the air. As he does so, you can see the clouds shifting as he makes his way down. As it flies towards Westonson, It looks enraged specifically at you, for you are one of the heroes that will eventually spell the downfall of him. As he flies towards you, all of a sudden, he stops in his place as a ready to action goes off from Ritsu just before he heads off. Ritsu, your action was to stop someone who has moved into your area.
Yep.
Is that correct?
Well, it's called impassable wall stance. You refuse to let foes pass your guard. As long as you're in the stance while you critically hit with an attack of opportunity triggered by a move, you disrupt that move action.
All right, so you get to
So I
make
have to trigger. I have to
you gotta make an
critically
attack.
hit.
Yeah,
So.
if you get a critical
If
hit.
I don't, he
I don't
keeps
care
going,
what happens
but-
if you don't. Don't plan
I know,
for
I'm sorry.
failure. Fucking make your roll.
Okay,
Neil,
we're gonna
it
do
is-
this.
We are
I
overtime.
know, I'm sorry. Do.
50 is a critical hit.
Holy shit!
All right, the damage is not important, but what is important
Yeah.
is that the Mothman is stopped in his tracks immediately in front of the portal. What do you guys do now? It is Ray, Quinn, Westinson, and Ritsu still here.
Ray is going to hit him with his iron belly, and push and try and force him into the portal.
All
I'm
right,
going to add to that a concussive shot to blow him backwards through the portal.
nice. All right, Westinson, make your attack. Ray, make an athletics check.
That's actually an attack, but okay. I
Oh,
can
sure,
do that.
make your attack action then. Yep, all good. All right, what do we get? We got an 11 and an 11. You know what? You guys are so in sync. I'm going to give you a bonus for that. As both of you roll an 11, you strike at him and he falls back through the portal. At this point, you watch as a figure sort of separates. The robes pull away from this human body, and the robes transform into a shadowy red substance that goes into the portal and disappears, leaving the pariah, who, as this happens, sort of begins to fade. You watch as a cut appears on their body, but they don't look like they're in pain. They don't look like, they're suffering. They just kind of smile as if, yeah, you've done good. You've made it. You've successfully helped here. And as he falls back into it, his body dissipates and vanishes. More of the portals are now appearing. You watch as the sky is now rumbling and tearing. Ritsu, you and Westinson realize now is the time that both of you leap into your various portals. And Quinn, you... sorry, who's got the shard? Quinn's got the shard?
The shard.
He's got a
Yep.
shard.
Quinn, you...
I'm going to shout after Westinson, though, and say, do we beat the queen?
I just smile and fall backwards through.
What the...
All right, you slam the shard in, and as it does so, that portal and all the portals suddenly seal. The sky goes from this multicolored amalgam of these broken shards to now a clear blue sky with only a few small wispy white clouds hovering low in the air. The silence is unnerving. You then watch as Daiji's tree begins to shatter like glass. The tanuki that are dancing on the roof also shatter. And your minds, the memories of the individuals that you had recently met, also begin to shatter like glass. Only small fragments remain of the individuals that you met. You don't remember their names or fully what they looked like, but you know that for a brief and fleeting moment, they were instrumental in preparing you guys for what is to come. All you know now, Ray and Quinn, is that Togmagor is before you, in this tower that rests at the edge of the most northern point of Corvosa. The final steps to deposing Iliosa, the removal of her vicious, foul seneschal. And thankfully, you look around, and maybe you'll see your allies. We'll find out when we return from our other crossover finales. But this was, of course, the Curse of the Crimson Throne finale of the crossover event. which actually means hiya! Yay! You guys fixed all the
Yay.
broken bits. So there you go, guys. Thank you so much for listening. Thank you so much for watching. I hope you guys had a good time. Before we sign out for today, I just want everyone's thoughts on the crossover event. Did you guys have fun? Did you guys enjoy it? Let's do a quick, a quick, insight check on everything we did. Let's start with Cookie, Mon, Steve. How'd you find the crossover?
I'm actually shocked that we managed to finish it today. Like that, like our part of it. It's been a blast and a very, very cool little story.
Yeah, thank you. I thought you guys. I mean, I knew you guys would finish it, because you guys actually did, for the most part, defeat the Mothman when you guys were fighting him in the streets with Westonson. The end bit was mostly just for drama more than anything else, to see if you guys could get the shard. But you guys 100% managed to absolutely annihilate him in that first combat. So yeah, you did amazing. So well done. Jen, how did you go?
It was fun. It was nice to be at a table just to experience other characters. Even though I play Sundays with Neil, it was interesting. It was interesting to see a different side. But yeah, I had a lot of fun with this.
Nice.
It was nice. Thank you, everybody.
And did you like the results of the
Oh yeah.
the curse thing?
Oh yes.
So I also give it a heads up on that one. So basically, when the whole like Fafnir curse thing was brought up, the reason I stepped away is I always advocate for, if you as a GM are genuinely stuck, step away from the table. Just take 5 minutes to just sort of come up with a plan. Which is why I came up with the idea of removing the wounded condition, because I didn't want to give nothing. I also didn't want to just give like a huge bunch of penalties or a potential TPK. So I'm really glad that I took that moment, because I still felt like I made it worthwhile, and I felt like as a DM I did my job as to making this like, yeah, cool, there is a cool something here that happened. That's in the spirit of what was happening. So yeah, that was cool. I'm glad you guys like that. Ire, how'd you go?
I thought it was an absolute blast, and now I want to do it all the time.
No. No, you'll have to go back to Season of the Ghost and do it all over again. So I mean, and Zuzu's going to be joining for the first time in that one, because you weren't here last week for that one. So
right.
Yeah, so that'll be interesting, because one thing I was looking forward to was you not having Taro with you.
Yeah, no, it's going to be
very emotional.
Quite an adjustment for her, yeah.
Yeah, there you go. All right. Scully, how'd you go?
Yeah, it was good. Everyone saw how blunt force spell can really be. I think it's probably a good way of saying it.
Oh, absolutely, that's true.
Yeah.
I do like that. It almost felt like what Bill Ratar would have been if he got to stay with his mercenary company. Was kind of how I kind of felt like he was very much like he felt connected and bonded, which I like.
Yeah, and it's going to be very interesting to know if Daiji's forgotten all this random Gord, he's going to get as a memento, thinking, where the hell did I pick this up?
Yeah, exactly.
It's gonna be very interesting to see that.
Oh well.
And then Jun's sitting there going, "Why am I so injured? What the fuck mauled me? Are there's teeth marks? What the hell?"
Was this from the roach?
Gods really do hate me.
All right. Westonson, what about you?
I had a blast. It was actually a lot of fun to visit Westonson's past and realize just how much he hates his former self.
Oh, I love that. I mean, honestly, it was one of the important things, because I know that Westonson doesn't get much in the way of like story mode stuff because of where you guys are in the Sandpoint story and stuff. So it was really nice to be able to actually explore that in a bit more detail, and to have everyone kind of participate in that was really, really good. I absolutely loved it. The only thing that would have been better is if Navander was here as well. But unfortunately Matt couldn't make this one, so yeah. That was that too. But yeah, awesome. Twiff, what about you?
I thought it was a blast. It's
I loved your parting
functionally
gift.
Yeah, no, I mean, like, being able to do that was just a joy. But it's always fun to kind of experiment with what your characters can do in the future to kind of know where you want to take them.
Yeah, exactly, 100%. Sometimes just that glimpse
And
is
plus,
always a lot of
Daigi,
fun.
you got to meet his extended family. And
Yeah, I got to meet Ray and
an uncle or a cousin somewhere.
That's true. All right, Jun, Marcus, how'd you go?
I love everything about it. Like there wasn't, like I was. There was a point where I felt like my doing the curse claiming thing was when everybody denied it. I will admit I was a little bummed because I really wanted, because like you mentioned, it's very within June's character to like want to help with stuff like that, considering his mom. But I'm glad that that at the end of it there was a like a compromise that June was able to help, even if it was just by taking the damage in the end. So
yeah, because I definitely didn't want to invalidate you in that moment, because I understood where it came from. It was also like mechanically just insane. For a level 2 character to do that, it was almost like whether or not it was a death sentence. It you know, like much like
This
I mean,
would be the only circumstance.
yeah, it was that's why I kind of wanted to keep it above board and sort of go with that, because like I said, it's not something to like, even with Aelith, it was insane when Aelith did it. It's even more so, so hopefully Aelith will keep alive, and then when we get into the next campaign, because those characters are carrying on into Spore War after Gatewalkers. Hopefully we'll get to see more of that story with Fafnir kicking in at a very, very high level, where now we're actually starting to look at dealing with Fafnir when we get to those high levels. So that'll be a lot of fun as well. So awesome, amazing.
Yeah.
And I'm glad you enjoyed yourself as well. I quite enjoyed everything that transpired. So yeah. And Neil, last but not least.
It was so much fun. I can't believe we did all this.
Yeah, honestly, setting it up and actually coming up with a cohesive story like this was actually quite tricky. Now, when we return next week, you guys are going to get we're going to start with everyone's visions, which are predicted futures that can be changed. You guys will get insight bonuses, and please don't forget to add in your Aeon Stones as well. Whichever game you are in, you can get an Aeon Stone. Now, I know I'm going to regret this, but I'm going to say this right now. Your Aeon Stones will be at level 18 as their cap.
Okay. I was going to ask because I know we are 18 now, technically.
Yep.
And usually do the 2 levels
every table will
ahead
get
of your...
every table is going to get this as the secret menu item for the... for each of the tables, and all of them will be at level 18, which will give some people more benefit than others, sure, but it'll give everyone a benefit nonetheless. Now, keeping in mind, you do only get one, and anything that is rare or unique, as it's listed as only, like, there's only one in existence, that you'll need to talk to me about. But other than that, most of the Ion Stones, go with flavor, go with whatever you'd like. Now, I do want to read this out because this was actually kind of nice. Odd Bandicoot says, "Thank you all for doing this, even though I've watched more series than others. Loved the creative process. It seemed to really re-energize the different teams, even with players starring as multiple characters." I completely agree. Something like this was just a really, really nice way to breathe a newfound life into characters who have been in the same game for a long time. Being able to meet new people, introduce themselves to people, to sort of find those core foundational elements to them and actually explore them. These are amazing features of doing something like this, so I'm really glad that also had that added benefit as well. And thank you for pointing that out. I greatly appreciate it. All right. Now, we are over time, so we are going to bid everyone farewell for today. We will be returning on Wednesday morning for Seasons of the Ghost to continue and conclude that crossover event where you will see even more of these people, some of these individuals, and some of the other ones that we haven't seen today. But guys, thank you so much for listening. Thank you so much for watching. My name is Michael. I'm the Dead Aussie Gamer. This is my place. This is my face. You can find it here. Again, the number of times during the week. And until we meet again, as always, stay safe, stay wonderful, be kind to each other, because why the fuck not? It's free. And as always, game hard or die trying. Bye, folks.